This is the Mosaic Granny Square, and I first learned how to make this from Creative Grandma over on YouTube. You guys know I love watching Cody and Grandma as they banter back and forth. And anyhow, this is one of her Stitch of the Weeks. This is week number 91, I believe it is. And I'm using Caron Simply Soft. I started with white in the middle, and then I worked my way out with these aqua blues. And then I just came back and finished with a little row of white. Now, I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I just had these colors. I think I'm going to actually make a blanket with these colors, but they are really pretty, and I thought it would be really nice worked up as a granny square. So again, this is Caron Simply Soft. The lighter aqua blue is Robin's Egg, and the darker blue is called Blue Mint. I guess that makes sense if I think about like a cough drop, right? They're kind of this color. I was trying to think of how blue mint played into this, but that I guess makes sense, like maybe a wintergreen or something. So anyhow, we're going to get started with this. Today I am going to just follow my hook size on my yarn. Excuse me. So I'm going to be using a size 8 H hook, which is your 5 millimeter. This is a 4 weight yarn. And like I said, I'm using white in the center. So just Caron Simply Soft White. So the way that I start out with this, make sure I'm using the right hook here. Yep. I'm going to start with a magic ring. However you want to do that. You could also start with a chain of 3 or a chain center if you prefer that method. That is totally fine. But the way that I do my magic rings, I get asked this a lot. I wrap my yarn around and I pull down a loop. So it's kind of crisscrossed and just forms a little loop here. And then I hold this with my fingers. Then I wrap my yarn around twice and I go into the magic ring and I make like a standing double crochet. I kind of pull this, and that's how I begin my magic ring. Then I just continue working around, tucking in this yarn as I go. And the way we do this is just like if you were going to start a regular granny square. So I need 3 double crochets, chain 2, and then another 3 double crochets. We're going to do 4 groupings of this 3 double crochets. Yeah, blue mint is kind of a fun color. Hey, Texas Whiskey, good morning. How are you doing, girl? I haven't seen you in a while. I hope all is well. Can't believe it's already Wednesday. Boy, I'll tell you guys, I had a heck of a day at work yesterday. I could not wait for the day to be over. It was just rough. You ever have those days where it's just a really hard day? That was yesterday. I hope today is better because I'll tell you, I didn't even I haven't been able to crochet at all after work this week. I've just been so like exhausted. And anyhow, today I hope it's better. So anyhow, we have a total of 4 of these. So 3 double crochets, chain 2, and we do that 4 times. When I finish the last grouping here, I do my chain of 2, and then I join with a slip stitch into the very first stitch, and I work a slip stitch over until I get to this corner here. And then we're ready to start row 2. So for row 2, it's kind of hard to see because these little blue stitches cover it up. But basically, as we made this, these little chain 2 spaces are our corner spaces now. So you can see here in this corner, we actually did 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets. And we did that a total of 4 times as we worked our corner. It's that puppy. I don't know. The puppy has been really good. It's work, my customers. I hope it's a better day today. Uh, anyhow, Ms. Hookalicious is here. Good morning. So I'm going to start with a chain of 3. The chain of 3 is going to count as our first double crochet. Then I need 2 more double crochets. Now I'm going to chain 2. And now into this same corner space here, we need another 3 double crochets. I am working with a new skein of white yarn, so I'm having to pause kind of and pull out some yarn in between. Um, so there's our corner, 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets. We have a total of 4 of these corners. So now I'm not going to chain or do anything here. I'm just going to move directly over into the next corner, and I'm going to do again 3 double crochets. Now, guys, you may be wondering, why did she leave her center big and open like that? When I'm on the live, it kind of helps me to have something to hang on to, so I'm not covering up my stitches as I'm crocheting as much, and that way you guys can kind of see better. After this round, I am going to go back and close up that magic ring. Now, you, like I said, you could also do a chain of 3 center or chain of 4, however you like to do those. So there is our second corner. Now I'm going to move over into corner number 3 here. And again, we're going to repeat 3 double crochets, chain 2, and then 3 double crochets. So we're going to do this a total of 4 times as we work around our square. So last corner over here, again, 3 doubles. Here's number 2 and 3, chain 2, and then 3 more double crochets. And now when I get the third one done, I'm going to come over here and I'm going to join with a slip stitch into the very first stitch here. And I just do another slip stitch or 2 here, and I work my way into the corner. The way I learned from my grandma, she always taught me to end in the corner. So that is kind of how I like to do it. Now I'm going to go ahead and snip off here. We're done with our white yarn. Mama C and missing coworkers. I don't know if it was the missing coworkers as much, Carol. We worked together, Mama C and I, but Carol was out sick yesterday. I don't think it was that. I think it was the customers being demanding. Now I'm going to go ahead and close up my magic ring, kind of get this cinched up into place. So now we have it looking kind of more like a little square once we close that center. Lady Mitch said, "What is your favorite yarn for an Afghan?" Um, I really like Caron Simply Soft. I like how it works up. I know there's a lot of people that have kind of mixed reviews. The yarn that I'm using today is Caron Simply Soft. I like how it has this sheen. I don't know if it comes through on camera as much, but it's a very shiny yarn. And a lot of times when I'm doing my county fair blankets or something for me, I'll invest in the Caron Simply Soft just because I love the vibrancy of the colors and kind of how it has that shine to it. Now, some people don't like it because it can tend to split on you a little more. So it doesn't have a lot of sizing in it, so these strands really can come apart. Um, and so I know there's like mixed reviews, but I personally think I love Caron Simply Soft, and that is what we happen to be using today. Now I have used this for baby blankets as well, and I do like it for baby blankets. But I gift and donate so many of my baby blankets. I tend to go a little more economical. The Caron Simply Soft, I try to catch it on sale, use a coupon, and all that. So we finished our white center here, and now we're going to come back and we're going to start with the lighter blue color, and we're going to work 2 rows of the lighter blue. Then we're going to work 2 rows of the darker blue. And the lighter blue that I'm using today, for those that are curious, is called Robin's Egg. And guys, if you're just coming on the live this morning, this square that we're doing today is called the Mosaic Granny Square. And I first learned how to do this from Creative Grandma. I did put links in the link tree. You can find the yarn colors that I'm using and also the links to the pattern. There's both a YouTube tutorial and also a written pattern. So feel free to check out the link tree. I've seen this worked up so many different colors. I've seen it with purple, different lavenders. I've seen it like with some greens. I've seen it worked up with beautiful orange and reds. I did a fall blanket with this. So seriously, so many possibilities for this square. I just really love it. It's fun to do. It is kind of a challenging square because you get to do your back post, your front post, and so I just really like it. So I'm going to tie on now, and I'm going to start with a slip stitch on my crochet hook. The way that I make my slip stitches, I pull down a loop and it is crisscrossed. And then I put my hook back through that loop, and then I yarn over and pull through. Now, as I pull this straight up, I hold this tail and I just pull it straight up, and that tightens it up. And then I pull it down and I can tighten it on my hook. So there's how I do my little slip knots. Now I'm going to start with a standing double crochet. The way that I do my standing double crochet, um, I have to get another loop here on my hook. And the way you do this, you have to somehow secure this tail. Otherwise, this will spin off on you and you won't be able to hold on to that loop. You'll just keep free spinning. Okay. So the way that I found to do this is I hold my tail between my pointer finger and my thumb. And then I wrap my yarn around and I go down into that space. And now I bring my hand forward because as you can see, my hand is very like awkward right now as it's holding this tail. I transfer the tail to my thumb that is here. And now this guy holds the tail. If you let that tail go, again, these will spin off, okay? So then I grab up my loop and then yarn over and pull through two and yarn over, pull through two. That is called a standing double crochet. Now, if you don't feel comfortable making a standing double crochet, you can certainly tie on here and then do a chain of three in place of your double crochet. I'm going to do two more double crochets. All our corners are worked in the same fashion for this. We do three double crochets, chain two, and then right into that same space, we do again three double crochets. Okay, so there is our new corner. Now I'm going to move over into the next space. We're going to skip these three stitches here, and I'm going to work right into this space, and I'm going to make a double crochet. And now is here where we start to make some magic. So for the next stitch here, instead of doing our second stitch in this area here, this space, we're going to drop all the way down here into the stitches of the row below. And you can see we had a total of three double crochets. We're going to work a front post treble crochet around the center post here and then bring it all the way up tall to match this stitch. So the way I do this is I wrap my yarn around twice. So we have our starting loop and then two loops around our hook. Bring that down, go beside the post, underneath, and you pop it out the other side. So now the post is sitting on top of your crochet hook. Then I yarn over and pull up a loop, and I kind of pull this up a little tall, yarn over, pull through two, yarn over, pull through two, and yarn over and pull through two. So this is our front post treble crochet, and you can see it dropped way down to the row below. Now I'm not finished with this little space. I have to come back in here and place another double crochet. So it's very important as you guys are making these stitches, make sure you have plenty of space on this stitch, that it's not too tight. If you get this stitch too tight, what'll happen is your work will bow down and you're not going to have enough space here that'll really start to kind of pucker on you. So now I'm going to move over into the corner space here. And now we're going to again repeat our corner, which was three double crochets, chain two, and three double crochets. So here's number three. And now I chain two. And then right back into this same space, we need three double crochets. Okay, so that completes our corner now. And now we're ready to resume work on the next side here. So again, skip over these three stitches and into the space, you're going to place a double crochet. And now number two, instead of working here into the space, we're going to drop down to this row below. There's three double crochets here. And we are going to work a front post treble around the middle stitch. So again, wrap your yarn around twice. We have our original starting loop here on our hook. Bring your hook down and put it underneath the post. Pop it out the other side. So now the post is sitting on top of your crochet hook. Grab up a loop and kind of pull this up a little tall. I kind of pull it up to the height of this. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over and pull through 2. Now we're not done with this stitch in the middle here. We're going to come back into this space right here and place another double crochet. So you're going to have a total of 3 stitches, double crochet, front post treble, and then another double crochet. Now I'm not doing any chains or anything as I leave this space. I'm going to work to the corner and I'm going to do 3 double crochets. So just like a granny square, chain 2 and then 3 double crochets. This is just kind of a more elaborate granny square, really. Okay, and now we're ready to move to our next space here. Again, I do not chain or anything as I leave the corner. Right into this space, I do a double crochet. And now I'm going to do a front post treble into the row below. So not up here. We're going to drop all the way down. You can see we had 3 double crochets here. 1, 2, 3. We're going to work a front post treble around the middle stitch here. So I wrap my yarn around twice. You have your starting loop, 3 loops. Bring your hook straight down. Go beside the stitch, underneath, and pop it out the other side. Then you're going to grab a loop up, pull this up kind of tall, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over and pull through 2. So again, we want this front post treble to be very tall to match the height of these other stitches. And now we're not finished. We've got to remember to put 1 more double crochet right into this space. So each of these spaces along the sides, you're going to have 3 stitches, double crochet, front post treble, and then double crochet. Now again, I'm going to work over into this next corner, no chain or anything, just move directly over and do your 3 double crochets. Chain 2, and now finish the rest of our corner, 3 double crochets. So that is our corner stitch. And now we're to the last space here on the side. So again, no chain or anything, move directly to this space and place a double crochet. And now we need to do our front post treble. So again, looking to the row below, 3 double crochets. We're going to go around this middle post here. So we're going to wrap our yarn around twice. We have our starting loop, total of 3 loops. Bring your hook straight down, go beside the post and underneath, popping it out the other side. Then you're going to grab a loop and pull it up. Pull this up nice and tall. I like to try to get it to the height of the top of the white here. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. Now we're not finished with this space. We need another double crochet on the other side of our post. So each side you're going to have double crochet, front post treble, double crochet. Now I'm going to join over to our corner with a slip stitch, and I'm going to work my way over to the corner. So again, put my hook underneath for a slip stitch under both bars, grab up a loop, and then just directly underneath the other, and then into this space, 1 more slip stitch. So now I am here in the corner. So you can see this is our first go with the post stitch. You can see that texture that's starting to come through. And we're going to do 2 of these rows of the robin's egg color. So you can see here on this square, this little stitch here is what we just created here. Okay, so now we're going to come back this row up here where these stitches start to drop down. You can see we have 2. As you get bigger and bigger, you're going to have more of these posts that drop down, and that as you build your square out. So let me take a quick moment here, guys. I've seen a lot of new people popping on over on TikTok and also on YouTube. So for those that are just joining, this morning we are working on the Mosaic Granny Square, and I'm using Caron Simply Soft yarn. I'm using the colorway white, robin's egg, and blue mint. So really pretty yarn. This is a 4-weight yarn. I'm using a size I can't remember, H8 hook. Okay, so just whatever your hook calls for. I first learned how to make this granny square from Creative Grandma, and I have put links on the link tree, both to the written pattern and also her YouTube tutorial. It's very helpful. This works up great for market bags. If you do a little thinner yarn, I've done it. Also, you could do it for blankets. I've made full-size blankets. I do have an example of where I've used it for a market bag here in some blue and white, or excuse me, purple and white. This was cotton yarn, and you can kind of see how I layered it out. It works really nice if you work from light to dark, or in this case, I did dark to light. So you can alternate these. It is just a fabulous square to work with, lots of fun textures. And really, after you get the hang of it, it is not too difficult. So that's a little bit about the square. We're going to be starting round two here. And I saw a lot of new followers over here on TikTok. Welcome, friends. So glad that you have found us this morning. For those that don't know, my name is April, and I'm a hobby crocheter. I come on live every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday mornings at 7 Central. And I hop off at 8:30, and then I go into my office. I work remote, and I do my 9 to 5 job. So this is just a hobby for me. But I do like to come on with my friends and chat and have my coffee and stuff. So, anyhow, thank you all so much for being here this morning. So, as we resume our crocheting here, for the second row of the blue, the robin's egg color, again, in your corners are all going to be the same. 3 double crochets, chain 2, and then 3 double crochets. Now we're going to work here into this next space. So I don't do any chains or anything. What I do is I into this space work a double crochet. My yarn just slipped off there. Let me redo that. Double crochet. Okay, so now we are going to work again down into this row below. So for our second stitch, we're not working up here. We come all the way down into the white row, and we have 3 double crochets. We're going to work a front post treble around the center post here. And the way we do that is we wrap our yarn around twice. So I have my starting loop, 2 additional loops, so a total of 3. I bring my hook straight down, and I go beside the white post in the middle, behind it, and pop it out the other side. I kind of have to bring my yarn, my working yarn, forward a little bit sometimes. I grab a loop up, kind of pull it up tall. I want it to be as tall as this blue row here. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. So that is our front post treble crochet. Now I'm not done here. Into this same space, I need another double crochet. So into each space, we're going to have a double crochet, front post treble, and then another double crochet. Now, as you're working these front post trebles, you saw how I pulled it up really tall. If you get these too tight, if they're not loose enough, what is going to happen is your work is going to pull down, and it's going to create this bowing effect on your sides where it kind of it'll dip down. It'll end up looking kind of I could force this one. It'll kind of be like puckered in the middle, forcing it down. So it's really important that you kind of keep these stitches nice and tall as you're doing them, that you have consistency, but you have it kind of loose. Okay. Excuse me. Good morning. Good morning. Guys, as I'm talking about this, I will let you know that I am going to miss some of the comments this morning. Uh, Queen Amia is here Queen Amina? Queen Amina? I'm not sure. Good morning. Some of your guys' handles are challenging for me. But I am glad that you all are here. Anyhow, we have a fabulous group. They will try to help answer some questions as we go along. But if you are a new follower and I miss your comment, please do not take it personal. As I work on explaining these stitches, sometimes I will miss some of the comments, okay? I'm not intentionally trying to overlook you. It is a lot for me to try to explain the stitches and keep up with all of the comments. I do my very, very best. So, anyhow, I'm glad that you all are here. And for those that don't know, I am live streaming this morning both on YouTube and over on TikTok. If you want to follow me over on YouTube, my handle is the same, Wheeler 8 Acres. And again, welcome new followers. My name is April. And I'm certainly glad that you're here. So again, I'm worked into the corner here, 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets. Now I'm going to move to the next space here. I don't do any chains or anything. I immediately work a double crochet. And then for our second stitch, instead of working up here in the top, we're going to drop down to the row below. And we had 3 double crochets here. You can see 1, 2, and 3. We're going to focus on this center post, and we're going to place a front post treble. I wrap my yarn around twice, and I also have my starting loop. So a total of 3 loops on our hook. Bring your hook straight down beside that post. Pop it out the other side. So now the post is sitting on top of my hook. I grab a loop up and I pull this up nice and tall. I want this to be almost to the height here of the blue row, okay? Then I yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over and pull through 2. Now I'm not done here in this space. I need to put another double crochet on the other side. So each of these spaces, we're going to have 3 stitches, double crochet, front post treble, and then double crochet. Now again, I'm not going to chain or anything. I'm going to move directly to the next space, and again, double crochet. And now looking to the row below, again, we're going to work around this very center double crochet. Wrap my yarn around twice. This is a front post treble, 3 loops up on top. Bring your hook down beside that post. Pop it out the other side. So now you have the post sitting on top of your hook. Grab up a loop. Pull that up nice and tall. Yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, pull through 2. And yarn over and pull through 2. Now I'm not finished with this space. Into the same space here, we need another double crochet. So remember, every space on the side, you're going to have a total of 3 stitches. Now I'm ready to move to the corner. Into the corner, I'm going to place 3 double crochets. Guys, thank you all so much for all of the screen taps this morning. I see the little hearts flying up, and I also see the live being shared. Thank you all so much. And over on YouTube, I see thumbs up over there as well. So thank you guys so much for supporting the live this morning. I appreciate it. In the corner here, I did 3 double crochets, chain 2, and 3 double crochets. Now I'm going to work into this space here, no chain or anything, directly out of the corner, work a double crochet. Now looking to the row below, again, we have 3 stitches here. Focus on the very center stitch. We're going to do a front post treble. So we have our starting loop here and then 2 loops, so a total of 3. Bring your hook straight down, go beside into the space, around the back of the post, and pop it out the other side. Grab up a loop, pull this up nice and tall, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over and pull through 2. Now we're not done with this space. Over here on the other side, we need to put another double crochet. So again, each space you're going to have your 3 stitches, double crochet, front post treble, and then double crochet. Now immediately I'm going to move to the next space here with a double crochet. And again, looking to the row below, we need our front post treble. Wrap your yarn around twice, 3 loops up on top, pull your hook down, right underneath that post, pop it out the other side, grab up a loop, pull it up nice and tall, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. Now again, into this space here, we're going to do a double crochet. Finish off that space there. And now move to the corner. And again, in the corner, we're going to have 3 double crochets, chain 2, and then 3 double crochets. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you to all the new followers here. My name is April, for those that do not know, and I come on live every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday mornings. And today I am working on the Mosaic Granny Square. I first learned this square by Creative Grandma over on YouTube. I have learned so much from her, and I just really enjoy watching her and Cody as they banter together. I watched their live yesterday, so much fun. But I did put links to this pattern on the link tree. This is called the Mosaic Granny Square, is what I'm making today. And we'll be walking through more of these stitches as we go along. But it is a really fun square to make. It works great for market bags. I do use a little thinner yarn when I do my market bags, but also blankets. I've done a full mosaic blanket, and I really enjoy it. So I finished my last space here, and now I'm going to join with a slip stitch into the first stitch here, and I'm going to work my way over to the corner, and we are done with the robin's egg color now, so I'm going to snip off. And I know we've had a lot of questions about the pattern that I'm doing, so we'll take a break here and I will kind of walk through everything about the pattern, get this kind of into shape here. But you can see we've finished our fourth row of the mosaic. So what we're making today, guys, is the mosaic granny square. And I am doing white. The lighter blue is robin's egg, and the darker blue, which we're going to be switching to now, is called blue mint. And these are Caron Simply Soft yarns. Really nice and shiny yarn. This is a 4 weight, and I am using a size H8 hook. I have missed a number of the comments here this morning. So, guys, let me quickly scroll through these and we'll get ready to start row number 5. Okay. Hey, Sparky, good morning. Becca, nice to see you. Is this pattern fragile? I'm not sure what you mean by fragile. Um, it's a sturdy square. I feel confident using it for, like I said, market bags, or I did a full blanket with this stitch. A lot of people have done full blankets. Here it is in a market bag. For I did the purple. Now I used cotton for here, and here you can see I worked the dark to the light. What I really like to do is, and our next square will do this, where this is dark to light. This square I did, you can see, is light to dark. So when I finish this one that we're making right now, I'm going to change this and I'm going to start with the dark in the center and then work my way out to the light color. Just a nice little variation, but I think it's a sturdy square. I don't think it's flimsy at all. Um, uh, so Yolo said, "Have you done this with a variegated yarn?" I have not, but I think it would look kind of cool with a variegated yarn. Definitely something to try. How many things of yarn does it take to make a full size blanket? Mary, it does depend on the size of the blanket that you're doing. When I did my fall blanket, which was the autumn colors, I don't remember the counts exactly. I'd have to go back and look at that video, but I think I did. I used I used 5 colors for that blanket, and I think I used 4 skeins of each, but it was a very large blanket. So it does kind of depend on how big of a blanket you're going to make. Sparky said, I think mine took 2 or 3 of each color. So a lot, yes. Ashley Wheeler is here. Hi, Ashley Wheeler. Wheeler is just my nickname, but it's nice to have another Wheeler here. One can never have enough Wheelers in their lives. Um, Let's see. Oh my gosh, is there a tutorial on that flower also? Oh, this flower here? No, but there's a similar flower that I just did the other day that's very similar to this. You can find this over on my YouTube. It's similar to this one. I don't think I have it here next to me. I think I put it away already. But we did some flowers like this last week on the live. Um, let's see. Hey Marta, good morning. Does it hold up well or does it tend to fray after done? Oh, I think I know what you mean. Like does it get pills on it? The yarn itself. I think Caron Simply Soft it holds up well, I think. A lot of people use this yarn for baby blankets, but I think it's definitely a quality yarn. Um, hey Karen, good morning. Hi, Jess is here. Hello, everybody. So, guys, I'm going to resume on this pattern here. Iris, for this pattern, the instructions, For guys that are just hopping on, let me just run through this and we'll start with our blue mint next. This pattern is called the Mosaic Granny Square. I first learned how to make this by Creative Grandma, and I put a link on the link tree of the both written pattern and the YouTube tutorial where I learned to make this square. I'm just here basically to try to inspire you guys to make one of these squares because I think they're absolutely beautiful. And you can do it with a number of different colors. Today I'm using Caron Simply Soft in the colors white, robin's egg, and blue mint. So I have three different colors that I'm using. And like I said, you can make a full blanket with this. When I make the next square, I'm going to invert these. So I'm going to start with the dark color here and then work my way out to the light. So you guys can kind of see the variation of how this works up. But I encourage you to check out the link tree. Go give Creative Grandma a follow. She's a fabulous crocheter and has lots and lots of tutorials, both for beginners and some more advanced stuff as well. So I definitely encourage you guys to check it out. But that is where I first learned how to do this. So as we do this square, all of our corners are worked the same. And I'm going to do two of the white, two of the robin's egg, and now I'm going to start with the blue mint. Okay. And the way that I do this is I start with a slip knot on my hook. Now, if you aren't comfortable with the way that I do this, you can definitely do it a little different. We'll talk through both ways. The way I make my slip knot is I wrap my yarn around my hook and I bring down a loop so it's kind of crisscrossed here. Then I put my hook back through the loop. I grab up a loop and pull it through. Now I'm going to pull this straight up, and as I do this, I let this knot go, but I continue to hold the tail and I pull it straight up, and then I can tighten this back down. So that's how I get my slip knot on my hook. Now what I do is I'm going to start with a standing double crochet. Yes, Gen X said, if we missed your question, please ask again. There's a lot of people on the chat this morning, and this is a very exciting square for people. So there is going to be a lot of comments. Please, guys, if you're a new follower, don't take it personally. I'm not trying to overlook you. The mods will try to help answer as well. And we have our OGs that are here every day with me. They'll try to help answer as well. This is a fabulous little community. So please, if you're watching and you want to give a follow, that would be great. My name is April, and I am a hobby crocheter. And I do work full time, so I'll be on today until 8:30. Okay, and we'll be doing these little mosaic grannies. So once I have my slip knot on my hook, I'm going to put a standing double crochet in the corner. The way I do this is I hold the tail between my pointer finger and my thumb. And the reason why is because I need to put another loop on my hook here. If I let go of this tail, the loop will spin off. And so you'll have a hard time. It'll just keep spinning on you. You've got to secure this tail. So that is what I do. I just kind of hold this here, wrap my yarn around. So now I have two loops. I go down into this space. Now you can see my hand is not in a position for me to crochet. So what I do is I bring my hand forward and I transfer this tail holding job. Mr. Thumb on my left hand now needs to hold that tail. If I let this tail go, this stitch will spin off again. I grab up a loop. So now I have three, yarn over, pull through two, and yarn over and pull through two. This is called a standing double crochet, and that is how I like to start my rows. Now, if you do not feel comfortable with a standing double crochet, by all means tie on here and do a chain of three, and that would count as your uh, double crochet. Okay, we need three double crochets. All of our corners are worked the same. Chain two, and now into the corner again, three double crochets. So there's our corner. Now I'm going to immediately move across these stitches, and I'm going to look for this space here. And I'm going to work a double crochet into this space. I'm ignoring the tops of the stitches, just go right in between, and I do a double crochet. So right as soon as I finish the corner, no chain or anything, move to this space and place a double crochet. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to look to the row below. So I'm not working up here anymore. I'm working down here around these posts. You can see we had three double crochets. I'm going to focus my attention here on the very middle post, and I'm going to wrap my yarn around here, and we're going to do a front post treble crochet. So I wrap my yarn around twice. We also have our starting loop. So you have 3 loops on your hook. Bring your hook straight down, go beside that post, and pop it out the other side. So now the post is sitting on top of your crochet hook. I yarn over and pull up a loop, and I pull this up nice and tall. I want it to be kind of the same height as these blue, um, excuse me, as this blue stitch below. Okay, so this row, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over and pull through 2. That is your front post treble crochet. Now I'm not done. Into this same space, you can move these to the side, put another double crochet. So each of our spaces here, we're going to have a total of 3 stitches. We're going to have a double crochet. This is our front post treble, and then another double crochet. Now immediately, no chain or anything, I'm going to look for the next space. Into the next space here, I'm going to again place my double crochet. And now looking to the row below, you can see here was our double crochet. Here was our front post treble, and then another double crochet. Focus again on the very middle stitch. In this case, it was the front post. We're going to do another front post treble. So you wrap your yarn around twice, 3 loops on your hook, bring it straight down and go underneath that front post treble. So that treble post is going to sit on top of your hook. Grab up a loop, pull it up nice and tall, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. Now, we're not done with this space. Move your stitches to the side here, and you need another double crochet. So we end up with a total of 3 stitches into all of these spaces. Double crochet, front post treble, double crochet. Now again, no chain or anything, just move directly to the next space here, and again, double crochet. And now we're ready to do our next front post treble. So again, looking to the row below, in this case, it was a corner, so we had 3 double crochets. Again, focus on just the middle post here. Wrap your yarn around twice, so you have a total of 3 loops. Bring your hook down, go beside the post, go be underneath the post, pop it out the other side, and then you're going to grab up a loop. Pull it up nice and tall, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over and pull through 2. Now again, we're not finished. We need a total of 3 stitches, so don't forget your other double crochet. So there's our 3. Double crochet, front post treble, double. Now here we are to the corner, and again, 3 double crochets. Excuse me. And we're going to continue working this all the way around. So again, 3 double crochets, chain 2, and 3 double crochets for your corners. Okay. So now no chain or anything, immediately look for the next space. Into this next space, we're going to make a double crochet. And now again for our second stitch, not here in the top, look to the row below. Here are our 3 stitches. Again, look for the very middle stitch, and we're going to do that front post treble again. Wrap your yarn around twice, 3 loops, bring your hook down, poke it underneath. So now that post is sitting on top of our crochet hook. Yarn over, pull up a loop, pull that up nice and tall, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. So we have 2 stitches. Don't forget about number 3, into the space, double crochet. Okay, now again, moving to the next space here, double crochet. And now we're ready to do, again, our post. So we look down to the row below. You can see this one here, we had our post stitch was in the middle. This post stitch, because it's kind of big, you can see how it pokes out a little bit. This is much easier to get around. So again, wrap our yarn around twice, bring your hook down, go behind that post. Again, grab up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. Front post treble. Now again, stitch number 3, move these aside. You need another double crochet into the space. So every space, don't forget, you need 3 stitches. Okay. Now here we are going to move to our last space here. Again, double crochet. Now looking to the row below, you can see here we had our 3 double crochets. So again, focus on this middle stitch here. Wrap our yarn around twice, 3 loops, bring your hook down, go behind that post, pop it out, grab that loop. Again, pull it up nice and tall, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over and pull through 2. And here is another double crochet into the space for our 3rd stitch. And here we are over to the corner again. In the corner, we need 3 double crochets, chain 2, and then 3 double crochets. So I'm going to continue working on this square, but let me try to catch up on some comments and stuff, guys. For those that are new followers and do not know me, my name is April, and I come on live every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday mornings. I am just a hobby crocheter. I do have a full-time job, and I just like to come on here and crochet with my friends. And I do something different pretty much every day. I always have a lot of works in progress going. Crochet is just my hobby. I'm very passionate about it. And I come on here to, talk with friends and stuff, but maybe inspire somebody, right? Maybe it's a case that you've never crocheted before. And today you see me making this beautiful mosaic granny square. This is what we're making, and you see that and you just are inspired to maybe say, wow, that's really cool, I should maybe take up crocheting. Or maybe you have crocheted in your life, but maybe you haven't crocheted for a number of years. I hope to maybe get a little twinkle in your eye, right? And say, oh, I should get back into crocheting. Or maybe you just see this pattern and you're like, I have never done post work before, but man, if April can do it, I want to try that. I think I can do this. And that's why I come on the live, is just to kind of share in my passion and get people excited about crochet as I am excited about crochet. I do a lot of different projects throughout the year. I do baby blankets and Afghans. I do some amigurumis. I do things like, dishcloths and scrubbies and kind of a variety of things. And so, um, I do make a live schedule of events when I'm going to be coming live, so you guys can kind of see what's on deck and if you want to tune in for the live. And for those that don't know, I am also live this morning over on YouTube, so both YouTube and TikTok. Now, after the video finishes processing, this live, you'll be able to go back and rewatch it over on my YouTube as well. So I encourage you guys to give me a follow over there. My handle is Wheeler 8 Acres. Also, I have a link tree under my bio, and you can find links to everything that I'm doing today, from the written pattern to the video to the yarns that I'm using. You can also see previous projects as well. And so feel free to check out the link tree. I try to keep it updated every single day that I come on live. And guys, if you're a new follower here, today I'm talking a lot about stitches. Some days I do more chatting, but today it's a lot of like teaching. And if I miss your comment, please, please do not take it personal, okay? I'm not trying to overlook you. The mods here will definitely try to help answer some questions, as well as our friends here who watch me every day. But I'm very glad that each of you are here. My YouTube is Wheeler 8 Acres, so same handle as my TikTok. So we have finished our row of the blue mint here. So I'm going to again talk through what we're making today. We've had some new people come on. This is the Mosaic Granny Square, and this is a pattern I first learned to make by Creative Grandma. I did make a full pattern of this, a full blanket, and I did it in fall colors. A lot of you first were introduced to me when I was working on my Mosaic Granny Square blanket. I did red and orange and kind of golden tones for autumn. Obviously today I'm working on kind of some aqua blue, so it's has more of a really pretty like icy blue. It could be like construed as maybe beachish. It's just really pretty. This yarn I'm using today is Caron Simply Soft. I'm using the colorway white, robin's egg, and this is blue mint. So again, Caron Simply Soft is the yarn. You could make this with any different type of yarn. This is a 4 medium weight, and I am using a size H8 hook today, but those are the colors that I'm using. So robin's egg and blue mint along with the white. Now here is another example, guys, where I have done this in a market bag. And you can see I did it with beautiful purples and lavenders. The other thing that I really like to do with this particular square, you can see here I worked from dark out to the light. Now on today's project, you can see we're working at opposite. So we're working light out to the dark. I like to alternate these and use them together. So what we're going to do next is, instead of starting with the white, I'm going to start with the blue mint and then work my way out to the white. But this is cotton yarn that I used for the market bag. But again, just really pretty. You can see how it works up. Lots of possibilities with this square. So again, the links are on my link tree. Give a follow over to Creative Grandma. She is where I first learned to make this, and I just really enjoy her channel over on YouTube. So please feel free to check out the links. And thank you so much, Caron. I really appreciate that. Caron says your bag is beautiful. So that bag, I just haven't finished. I have to do this, the strap on it, and I we worked on this bag on the live earlier this summer. We made these granny squares, we made these flowers, and then we actually sewed all these squares together on the live. So lots of stuff we've certainly done. I just need to get it finished, but I haven't been too motivated about the handles. So as I do these mosaic squares, sorry guys, I've got some allergies this morning. Hopefully I'm not going to get too hoarse. I've been a little congested. Um, my YouTube channel is Wheeler 8 Acres. And I'm so excited. I have 800 subscribers now over on YouTube. It's really cool. Of course, on TikTok we have over 10,000. TikTok grows a lot faster than YouTube, so I would definitely love it if you guys could give a follow over on YouTube. That would be fabulous. I'm trying to grow that channel over there. So each color, we're doing 2 rows. You can see the center I did, and then another row of white. So 2 of the white, 2 of the robin's egg. We've done 1 of the blue mint. We need to do another blue mint. Okay, so again, I'm going to start with a chain of 3. That counts as my first double crochet. Now I'm going to do 2 more double crochets. And then I'm going to chain 2, and then back into this corner, we need 3 double crochets. So all of your corners are worked the same. 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets, just like you do a normal granny square. Now I'm going to immediately skip these 3 stitches, and I'm looking for this space here. And I'm going to be working into this space. And I don't do any chains or anything. I immediately do a double crochet. We're going to put a total of 3 stitches here. Now, instead of working here in the top, what the magic is we're making these front post trebles. These stitches drop down into the row below, and that's what's adding this dimensional texture to this pattern. So the way that I do this is I look for the row below. You can see I have 3 stitches here. 3 double crochets. I'm looking just for this middle post. Instead of working in the top of the stitches here where these bars are, we're going to work around the post. And I'm going to do a front post treble. The way we do this is we wrap our yarn around twice. We also have our original loop here, so a total of 3 loops. Bring your hook straight down and go beside the post underneath and pop it out the other side. So now you can see the post is sitting on top of your hook. You're going to yarn over and pull up a loop. And I pull this up nice and tall. I like to pull this up to the same height as this here. And yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. This is a front post treble crochet. Now I'm not done. I need to kind of scoot these to the side and back into this space here. Again, we're going to do a double crochet. So each space you need 3 stitches, double crochet, front post treble, and then your double crochet. Now, one word of caution, you saw me on the front post treble, how I pulled it up nice and tall. If you get your treble stitches too tight, what will happen is it'll force it to kind of bow down, okay? And you don't want it to do that. So make sure you have lots of room as you're doing these stitches, lots of wiggle room, okay? Because you don't want it to bow down on you. Now, immediately, I'm going to not do any chains or anything. I look to the next space here. Into the next space, I do a double crochet. And now we're ready to start our post work again. So again, looking to the row below. Now on this row, you can see we had our double crochet here, front post treble, and then double crochet. So this time, the middle stitch, I'm going to be working around this front post treble. Wrap my yarn around twice, 3 loops up on top, bring your hook down, slide it underneath that post, grab up a loop, again, pull it up kind of tall, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over and pull through 2. Now again, we're not finished. Into this space here, we need another double crochet. So we always need a total of 3 stitches, double crochet, front post treble, double. Again, don't do any chains or anything. Look to the next space here and work your double crochet. Looking to the row below, again, we have our 3 stitches. Here's a double crochet, front post treble, double crochet. We're going to work around this front post treble. Wrap your yarn around twice. This will also be a front post treble. Bring your hook down, put your hook underneath that post, grab up a loop, pull this up nice and tall, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over and pull through 2. Now again, we need our 3rd stitch in the space here. Move these to the side if you need to, and pop in your 3rd stitch, which is a double crochet. Double crochet, front post treble, double crochet. Now immediately we're going to move to the next space here, double crochet. And again, looking to the row below, here we had our 3 double crochets. Again, focus just on the middle stitch here, not the top here, but the post, okay? We're going to work around this post with a front post treble. Wrap your yarn around twice, 3 loops up on top, bring your hook down, put it underneath, pop it out the other side, yarn over, pull up a loop, pull it up nice and tall, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. Front post treble, again, don't forget your 3rd stitch here into this space, double crochet. Okay, so double crochet, front post treble, double. Now here we are over to the corner. Again, in our corner, we need 3 double crochets, chain 2, and 3 double crochets. Now, guys, in typical April style, I have told you completely wrong on this, how we do the last row of the blue. Hey, what's wrong, buddy? Sorry, guys, my puppy's crying. 1 second. What is wrong? You all right? Okay, yeah. Mom's crocheting right now on the live. You can come up later, okay? We have a new puppy, guys. So get your frogs ready because I have to frog all this out, okay? When we do our final row of the color, we work this a little different, okay? So here we go. Don't be afraid to frog. No, 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 no. Let's put this up here. Our puppy likes to chomp on everything. Okay. Sorry, I'm going to frog all this out. Don't be afraid to frog. What I like to do on my last row here, and let me show you my example. I got to crocheting here and I wasn't paying attention. You can see here the difference. When we do our final row, see how there's these spaces if this was our final row? We don't like the look of these spaces being left behind. So what we have to do is we're going to work actually into the top of these stitches. That way you can see this is a solid row and we don't have any of the spaces. Okay. So I'm going to totally rewind. Obviously that still works for what we're doing in the row below, but when you get to your final row, make sure that you do this a little different. And I can't tell you how many times I've just been crocheting along and then I did exactly what I did today, where it's like, oh, dang, I totally screwed this up. So for the final row here, what I like to do is I like to do half double crochets. Okay. And that kind of closes this up a little bit. And in the corner, instead of doing 3, I do 2 half doubles, still chain 2, and then 2 half doubles. Okay. So our goal here, we're still going to have the stitches that drop down, but we don't want to leave behind these big spaces. So the way that I avoid that is I'm going to work, instead of skipping all the way over here to the space, I'm going to work in the top of these stitches and place a half double crochet in the top of each of these 3 stitches. Okay. So you can see I'm not going to be left with any gaps here. Now in the row below here, I still am going to work around the middle post, and I'm still going to do my treble crochet, my front post treble. Okay, so again, I still need to pull it up and get it kind of tall, but can you see how that helped cover up the space there? Now, instead of working again into this space, I'm going to work into the top of these 3 stitches with a half double. So is this different than the tutorial? No, Creative Grandma does this the same way, Susan. I just messed up. I forgot that I was on the final row, so I had to rewind it. I messed up. I'm human. I'm like you guys. I sometimes, screw up. I don't try to cover it up. I tell you guys when I screw up. So okay, so I've done my 3 in the top now. So instead of going into this space here, I'm going to go around the post here with the treble. Okay, so the only difference when you're on your final row, you're still doing your treble crochet that drops down because you want to continue the look of that pattern. But instead of working in the space here, again, I'm going to work a half double right into these 3 stitches along the top. Okay, so as I do a few more of these, you'll see how this kind of takes shape and we can do like a comparison. So now again, instead of into the space, I'm looking to the row below here and I'm going to do my front post treble. Right underneath that post, grab up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Now again, here's our 3 stitches and I'm going to work my half double right into the top of these 3 stitches. And one last space here to cover up. So again, front post treble, down into that row below, pull that up nice and tall, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Now again, these 3 stitches here, we need a half double. One in each of those stitches. I'm going under both bars as I work my way over into the corner. And then I do 2 half doubles, chain 2, and then 2 half doubles. Creative Grandma might do 3. I don't know. I like it with 2. So that kind of completes now our finished row of the square. So you can kind of see here, if we look at this side, see how there's these big gaps here, the spaces, which we've been working into those stitches. But on our last row, you can see I've come back and I've covered that up. So now we no longer have those big holes, but a nice finished edge. And so that's how you kind of get those closed up. Does that make sense, guys? Okay, so now I'm going to move along. Again, I'm going to work. Here is our 3 stitches. This is the hidden stitch. Sometimes you have to squish this to the side. But again, we need our 3 half doubles. 1, 2, and 3. I go right into the top of each of those stitches. Now again, looking to the row below, we're not going to work in this space, but down here around the post, Wrap our yarn around twice for our treble. Go underneath the post, grab up a loop, yarn over, pull through two, yarn over, pull through two, and yarn over, pull through two. Now again, here is our 3 stitches here. Here are our 3 stitches here. Use proper English, goodness gracious. Half double into the top of each one, going under both bars as we just move our way along. So again, these treble crochets that we're doing, the front post trebles, our goal here is to cover up these spaces. So get those hidden. Go down into the row below, underneath that treble, pull up your loop nice and tall, yarn over, pull through two, yarn over, pull through two, and yarn over, pull through two. Now again, skipping this space, here's our 3 stitches, half double in the top of each one. So does it make sense how I'm trying to cover up those spaces and make it look really nice and finished? You can kind of see how this is coming together and why we do the final row into the top of the stitches rather than into the spaces. It just helps to give it a nice closed off look. Really pretty. So again, here I am to the last gap here, into the row below, front post treble, pull up our loop, yarn over, pull through two, yarn over, pull through two, and yarn over, pull through two. And again, as we work our way to the corner, we need a half double in each of these. I think Creative Grandma might do double crochets, but I like it with a half double. Again, I take a lot of creative liberties as I'm doing my crochet. I don't always follow patterns to the T. I tend to be a little bit of a rule breaker. As you guys know, I do kind of what it feels good and makes sense to me. So anyhow, there's our corner. Now again, I'm going to continue working along half double into each of these stitches. Here's 1, 2, and 3. And now into the row below here, look for that middle post. Again, wrap our yarn around. Are you guys calling out the crochet police on me? Well, you know, that's what the rule breakers get. I'll guess we'll let it slide. uh, let's see. Anvil says I need a rebel sticker. I know. I might need to make a rebel sticker because I am a little bit, well, I don't know. Maybe you guys don't think I'm a rebel crocheter. I like to think that I'm a rebel crocheter, but that doesn't necessarily mean the whole world thinks I'm a bit of a rule breaker. But I do what suits me with my crochet. I change stuff up. I don't follow patterns. I use them as uh, what do we like to say? A pattern is a set of guidelines. It's not a set of rules, right? It's guidelines for you to follow. So, sometimes I gotta change it up and make things a little different. So you guys might watch Creative Grandma's video, which I hope you guys all do. She's absolutely marvelous, and I really love this square. I don't know if this is Creative Grandma's pattern per se, or if somebody else created this a long time ago. I don't really know the origin of the mosaic granny that I'm working on today, but I learned it from Creative Grandma. So I like to, give her a shout out. And like I said, I put her links over on my link tree. So definitely give her a follow and check her out. They do lives every Tuesday on YouTube. I watched her live yesterday, but great group of crocheters that follow Creative Grandma. And I really respect her and what she has done in her crochet career. It's pretty amazing. And I haven't done nearly the amount of things that Creative Grandma has done. So really pretty cool. So let's see here. Sorry, guys. Today, oh, I like this. Sparky says, patterns are like recipes. Add spice and flavor to taste. Right? Well said, Sparky. We need a round of applause for Sparky because that is a perfect way of thinking about it, I think. And that's what I like to do, right? I like to put my own little twist on things. So, anyhow, this is a really fun square though, guys, and I'm going to be making another one of these. So, guys, if you're just joining me over on YouTube or over on TikTok, if you just caught the live, I'm going to be making another full square on the live. I think I'm doing okay on timing. I'm not really sure what time it even is, so maybe somebody could let me know if I'm doing all right on time. But I think I might have time to do another full square. If you guys hear running around and dog toys squeaking, the dogs are up from their morning nap and they are running around. We do have a new puppy, so if you hear yips and that happening, it's because of our new puppy that we have. We've had him for a couple weeks now, but he's definitely settled right in and here at home. So as I finish the last half double, I just join with a slip stitch and I work my way over to this corner, and then I'm going to go ahead and snip off. Oh gosh, it's 8:12. Well, I might not have time to do another full square, guys, but I'm going to try to do at least part of one for those that are just joining. Okay. So here is our mosaic granny. Now, you guys, you could totally end it right here. What I like to do is I like to come back and I like to add another little row of single crochets. I'm not going to do that on the live this morning, but I like to do that. And I like to end with the same color. And when I reverse this out, basically I will be ending the next square we make with the white. So you can kind of see here how it looks for both. It's totally optional, but I like to do that. So I'm going to try to get another square going here for those that are just coming on. And you'll be able to go back and rewatch this video, guys, as I post it to my YouTube, but it will take a day or so to get that done. So with this square here that we just finished, I started with white and then I worked my way out to the blue. And I'm going to invert that this time and I'm going to see how far I can get. I'll probably run a little long on the live today. I'm in okay shape. I already filled the bird feeders and fed the dog and everything. But instead of starting with the white now, I'm going to start with the blue mint. And then I'm going to work my way out to the white. So for the very center here, I like to start with a magic ring. Now, guys, if you don't like to do the magic ring, you could do a chain of three circle, however you like to do your starting center ring is totally fine, whatever you prefer. I like to do it with a standing double crochet, and then I do three double crochets, chain two, and then I do three more double crochets. So in our very center here, we need four groups of three with a chain of two in between each one. So here's one chain of three, or grouping of three. Here's another grouping of three. Here's our third grouping of three. And then again, chain two. And now here is our fourth grouping of three. So that's how we're going to start all of the squares, just like you would do. This is just how you do a granny square as well. Once I finish my final grouping of three, I still chain two. And now I'm going to join with a slip stitch to my very first grouping of three that I did. And I just slip stitch my way over into the corner. Now I'm going to leave this hole kind of big and open right now. And I'll come back and close this up. But that is our first round. Now what I'm going to do is chain three. This counts as my first double crochet. And into this same stitch here, into the corner, we need three double crochets, chain two, and three double crochets. So basically, as we did our first round here, we made these spaces. These spaces now act as our corners. So you can see I've turned it into a corner here, three double crochets, chain two, three double crochets. Now, every time we do these chain of two, that becomes our new corner space. Now I'm not going to do any chains or anything. I'm going to move immediately over to this space here and I'm going to repeat my corner stitch. So again, I'm going to do three double crochets, chain two, three double crochets. Again, no chain or anything. Move to the next space here and repeat 3 double crochets, chain 2, and 3 double crochets. So there's another corner, and then here is our final corner here. We're going to go ahead and work our last corner with the blue mint. The yarn that I'm using today, guys, is Caron Simply Soft in the colorways white, robin's egg, and blue mint. This dark blue that I'm using right now is the blue mint color. And I'm going to be switching here and doing the robin's egg in just a second. So again, there's our last corner. You can see 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets. Now I'm going to move over here to where I began, and I'm going to join with a slip stitch and just slip stitch my way out to the corner, and then I'm going to be able to snip off, and we are done with our blue mint color. Okay, now I've still got my big hole here in the center. I'm going to go ahead and close that up. Sunny Susie says, I love Caron Simply Soft. I do. I really do too, Susie. It's one of my favorite yarns to work with. So there is our very center. So again, I'm inversing the colors now, and you can see we originally did white here. Now I'm doing the dark blue, which is blue mint. And again, the yarn I'm using is Caron Simply Soft. We're going to change to this color here. This is robin's egg. So robin's egg and blue mint is what we're using today. And I'm going to start with a slip stitch onto my hook. And I'm going to start with a standing double crochet. Caron said, what colors did you use on the purple? So the purple Caron is talking about is this market bag that I did. I haven't finished it. I think I've woven in all my ends. I still need to do the straps, and it needs a liner, of course. But this is the exact same pattern. This is, again, the Mosaic Granny. And this I used Hobbii, Hobii, Friends Cotton 84. I don't remember the colorway, but it's one of the multi-packs you can get. And if, Caron, if you look on the link tree, there's probably is still this when we worked on this way back at the beginning with the peacock. This is called the peacock feather granny square that I did. So this flower, there's probably a link on the link tree still. You're going to have to scroll way down. We did this a long time ago. But this is an 8/4 weight Friends cotton. It works great for market bags because it is a cotton yarn. It's a little smaller. I really like it. And so anyhow, that is another square that we did. It's been a while since we've done that market bag. Some of you probably remember working on it. Okay, so I start with a slip knot on my hook. Okay, and I'm going to start with a standing double crochet. If you're not familiar with how to do a standing double crochet, what you have to do is you have to get a second loop on your hook, so you have 2. And what happens if you don't hold this tail here, you can see I'm holding it between my pointer finger and my thumb. If you aren't holding on to that, it slips off and it'll spin around. So you have to somehow secure this tail. And I secure it here between my pointer and my thumb. This is kind of what's comfortable for me. Then I wrap my yarn around, so I have 2 loops. And then I go into this space. I put my hand forward and I transfer the job of holding this tail over to my left hand, to Mr. Thumb, so I can crochet. If you let go of that tail, again, these will spin off. So then I grab up a loop. Now I have 3, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over and pull through 2. This is called a standing double crochet. Now, if you don't know how to do this or you're not comfortable with it, all you need to do is a chain of 3, and that will count as your first double crochet. All of our corners are worked the same for this pattern. We do 3 double crochets, chain 2, and then 3 double crochets. So all the corners are exactly the same. And I am working 2 rows each of the colors. So I'm going to do, this is the peacock blue. We did our 1 and 2. Now I'm doing robin's egg. Here's our corner. Now I'm going to look for the space here. And I'm not going to do any chains or anything. I'm immediately going to move to this space, not in the top, but in the space, I do a double crochet. So you put your hook, yarn over, put your hook just through that big hole, grab up a loop, and then you work your double crochet, okay, right into that space. Now for our second stitch here, we're going to be looking for the row below. So if we look at our example here, what we're doing is we're going to be adding these rows of texture. You can see how this comes down and adds this texture as we go along. This is a front post treble crochet, and that's what we're going to make next. So again, I'm not working into this space here right now or in the top. I'm looking to the row below. And in the row below, you can see we had our 3 double crochets. I'm looking just for this very middle stitch here, and I'm going to work a front post treble. I wrap my yarn around twice, 3 loops on my hook. I bring my hook down, and I'm going to put my hook beside the post. So I'm not working up here in the top. I'm actually under the post, and I put my hook underneath the post. Then I grab up a loop, pull this up nice and tall. Thank you so much, Gen X Girl, for the gifts this morning. I try to make this stitch as tall as this row here, okay? Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So that is our front post treble crochet. Now I'm not done here in this space. You can kind of move these to the side if you need to. And I'm going to put another double crochet right into this space. So each space we need to work 3 stitches, double crochet, front post treble, double crochet. And it's very important when you do these front post trebles to give yourself lots of room. They need to have like some wiggle room. We'll talk more about that as we move along. Now I'm going to move to the corner. I don't do any chains or anything. I just put 3 double crochets in the corner, chain 2, and now into this corner space again, 3 double crochets. So that's your corners are all going to be the same. 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets. Now again, I'm looking to the next space. So I'm not working in the top here. I'm going to work right into this space. No chain or anything. Immediately put a double crochet right into that space. And now for our second stitch, again, not up here, looking to the row below, we have our 3 double crochets. Again, you're going to look for that very middle post, okay? And we're going to work our front post treble. Wrap your yarn around twice, 3 loops up on top, bring your hook down, go beside that post, pop it out underneath and out the other side. Now the post is sitting on top of our hook. Yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. That is our front post treble crochet. Now again, we're not finished here. Into this same space, we're going to place another double crochet. So each of your spaces, you need a total of 3 stitches. Now immediately we're going to move to the corner, no chaining or anything, 3 double crochets. And now we're going to chain 2 and then 3 double crochets. So all of our corners again are worked in the exact same fashion. Okay, so we've done 2 of our sides here. Now we're going to move again to the space here and place our double crochet. And for our middle stitch here, again, not up here, but working down in the row below, we have our 3 stitches. Again, looking for the very middle stitch, we're going to work our front post treble. So we yarn over twice, 3 loops up on top, bring our hook straight down, go beside the post, underneath, pop out the other side, grab up a loop, pull this up nice and tall, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. That is our front post treble. So it's very important to pull this up as tall as you can so that it lines up with these other stitches. What will happen if you get this too tight it will bow down and your square will become kind of bowed like this. So that tension is super important. If you start to see it bowing down, you'll definitely want to frog that and get these pulled up so that there's lots of room. You need to have some stretch here on this as you're doing these. Okay, like I said, if you get these too tight, it'll kind of start to bow like this, and your square will end up with this kind of big dip in it, and you don't want that. Now this naturally kind of bows down to begin with, but as you work along, just be very conscious of your tension as you're doing that. Okay, so now we've no, 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 no. I know you want to come for a visit. Just be patient, buddy. Okay, so now we're going to work over here into the corner. And again, we need 3 double crochets and then chain 2 and then 3 double crochets. Okay, and now we're going to work into our final space here, double crochet. Again, front post treble, so not up here. Look to the row below. Here's our 3 double crochets. Again, looking just for this center post, front post treble. Wrap your yarn around twice. So there's 3 loops here on our hook. Bring your hook straight down beside that post. Go underneath. Pop out the other side. Grab up a loop. Pull that up nice and tall. Yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, pull through 2. So again, there's our front post treble. Now we're not done here. We need 3 stitches. Just move this to the side if you need to and put in your double crochet. And now you can see I'm back here to where I started. So I'm going to join with a slip stitch. When we talk about a slip stitch, all we do is pull up a loop. Now instead of yarning over, I just take this loop and I put it under this one. This keeps it nice and flat. Another slip stitch. We don't want any height on these, and we're just working our way over into the corner so that we can get ready for our next stitch. Okay, so there is row 3. Guys, this morning, sorry, we've had lots of, did you miss a post after that last front post treble? I don't think so. I think I have them all. It's been known to happen though. So, guys, if you're just joining me, either on YouTube over on TikTok, let me just tell you quickly here what we're working on. This is the Mosaic Granny Square, and you can see here I started from white and worked our way out to dark blue. Now I'm changing it, and I'm working in the inverse. So I'm working in the dark blue, and I'm going to work out to the white. And for those that don't know, thank you so much for all of the new followers this morning. My name is April, and I come on live every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday mornings. And I'm just a hobby crocheter, but I like to come on here and chat with my friends. And I am doing a lot of stitch explaining today. And when I do that, have a great day, Cindy. Thanks for being on this morning with us over on YouTube. Appreciate that. Um, I do have to go hop off around 8:30 because I have to be at work at 9. I do have a full-time job, and so I am on from 7 until 8:30 Eastern time. Tomorrow, I'm going to be starting a brand new chevron blanket. It is similar to this purple blanket that I did here. So I'm going to be starting one of these from scratch tomorrow. So totally different project, but if you're interested in making a chevron, that's what we have on deck. And I will be on at 7 again, both on YouTube and on TikTok. So thank you so much for all of the new followers. This pattern, there are links on my link tree, is called the Mosaic Granny Square. I first learned to make this pattern from Glinda, aka Creative Grandma. And I put links to both her written pattern and her YouTube tutorial of where I learned this. And those are on the link tree. Also, within 48 hours or so, this video will be over on my YouTube channel as well if you want to follow over there. My handle is Wheeler8Acres. And you can find all my socials in the link tree. But thank you guys all so much for joining today. I'm just going to keep crocheting here for a while and kind of talk through some more of these stitches. So those that are just hopping on can kind of see how this square works up. But thank you all so much for being here. Thank you guys so much for tapping your screens this morning. We have 17,000 hearts over here on TikTok. So thank you so much for tapping your screens and also for the gifts this morning and all of the shares. Thank you so much for putting it out there to your friends that are interested in crochet. I certainly appreciate the support. We have a fabulous group here. It's not just about me, and you'll find lots of friends to chat with every day as I crochet along. And also, if we could give a shout out this morning to our moderators, Gen X and Anvil. Thank you both so much for being here with me this morning. It's been a very busy day with people coming on the live and lots of questions. I could not do this without the two of you, so I really appreciate the support. And all of you that are here with me every day that help answer questions. Also, a shout out to Macy. Macy is our moderator of our Discord. If you want to get on the crochet chat server, there is a link on the link tree as well. So feel free to hop on the crochet server. We have lots of fun sharing our projects. And just it's just a nice little community to chat with and share our works in progress. So there's a little bit of the housekeeping stuff, if you will. Guys, I promised that today I would do the subscriber giveaway on TikTok, and I totally spaced it. This has been a very busy live for me today. So we'll do the subscriber giveaway tomorrow. Tomorrow will probably be a little more mellow as I work on a chevron blanket. So tomorrow, mods, please remind me at 8 o'clock Central Time tomorrow. We need to do the subscriber giveaway. I completely spaced it. Okay. So if you were subscribed to me before TikTok had its little blip, I did a screenshot. Anybody who was subscribed prior to the TikTok shutdown, you will be entered in to the giveaway for the month of February. So we will do that tomorrow on the live. And anyhow, that's kind of finishing up this row. I'm going to do some of the white here, of course, before I go to work. And we'll kind of talk through those stitches some more. But I just wanted to kind of get some of those ends tidied up, if you will. Okay, so let me snip off here. We're going to change color. And I hope everybody. Macy said we need more Discord friends. So if you guys need help with your crochet, if you need, answers to questions, that kind of stuff, Discord is a great place. It's a very friendly, nice community. Where we help to answer the questions. So feel free to join. No pressure, but if you want to, there's certainly the link there, and we would be happy to have you. You can share pictures of your crochet pets and, all of the things that we like to do. So, fabulous little group. Let me get a drink of coffee here. I'm getting a little hoarse. It's been a lot of talking this morning. Oh, it looks like the deer are coming in. Somebody asked, uh, for those who don't know, my name is April, and I live in Northeast Alabama. I've been talking a lot this morning. I had to get a little drink here. And I live stream my bird feeders and our deer. We have a deer camera, and it looks like our deer are coming in the pasture right now over on YouTube. They're going to be a little disappointed because I do not have any deer corn out for them this morning, but it looks like I see at least four of them coming in. I also, like I said, live stream my bird feeders. I'm one of those birding and all of our critters and stuff that we have here is kind of my secondary passion. Crochet definitely is probably one of my first passions, but I do a little canning and winemaking. I'm not really like a true homesteader, but we technically do have a homestead here in Alabama. And like I said, I just like to kind of share some of those things out. We've had a lot of blackbirds that have been coming in, grackles, and they like to scoop up all the corn. And so I told Mr. Wheeler, I said, can you stop tonight and get some deer corn? Because boy, those birds have really gone through it and ate it all up. So those little deer coming in this morning are not going to get a snack. It's pretty it's pretty slim pickings out there. So anyhow, that's we live in Northeast Alabama though, in a little town called Rainsville. We have a population of about 5,000. My husband and I relocated here from Phoenix, Arizona, about, well, it has been 4 years now that we've been here in Alabama, and we absolutely love it. Now, I do still work in Arizona, so I work remote, and that's how I have time in the mornings to crochet with friends, is because I don't have to be at work until 9 Alabama time, which is 8 Arizona time. And then when we go to daylight savings time, I don't have to be at work until 10. So Arizona doesn't observe daylight savings time. But anyhow, that's a little bit about me. But I do come on and crochet different stuff every day. So, oh, thank you so much, Gen X girl. I appreciate the gifts this morning. I like to hear those cheers going up. Uh, pretty fun. Okay, so I need to explain a little bit about these stitches, guys, as we head off into the sunset here for the day. So let me get to the corner here, and then I'm going to talk about these stitches that I'm doing, okay? We've had a lot of new people hop on. So this that I'm doing, thank you so much, Pam, for the puff hearts. Um, Sheila says, I moved back here from Fife and still have a doctor there. Oh, yeah, Fife is right around the corner from us. We're very close to Fife. Gen X Girl said it's raining in Arizona today. Wow, wow. Okay, so this is the Mosaic Granny Square. I learned how to make this from Creative Grandma. And I'm inversing these colors here. So instead of white to the dark, I'm doing the dark to the light this time. And what I'm doing here in the corners, we do 3 double crochets. So if you're familiar with the granny square, the corners are just like your normal granny. 3 double crochets, chain 2. My yarn's very tight, this white. And then 3 double crochets. And what we're doing now is we are working along the sides here, and we're adding these front post treble crochets, which gives it this really cool like texture to this square. And the way we do this, I don't chain or do anything. I just look for this space here. And I'm not working in the top. I'm working into the space, and I just place a double crochet. Now I look for our second stitch, not here in the top. I'm going to work down into this row below. So you can see here we have 3 double crochets. I'm going to work into this very center one. So we look for this post, and then I wrap my yarn around twice. So we have 3 loops up on top, and I'm going to do a front post treble crochet. I bring my hook down and I put it underneath that post, pop it out the other side, grab up a loop, pull it up nice and tall, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Now I'm not done here. I need to put another stitch into this space. So now I'm done with this. I move up here back to the space and I resume with a double crochet. So into each of these space areas, we have double crochet, front post treble, and then double crochet. Now immediately I move to the next space here and I do a double crochet. And now again, I'm going to work a front post treble. So looking to the row below here, we have our double crochet. Here's a front post treble. We're going to go around the front post treble. Here's the double on the other side. So again, wrap my yarn around twice, 3 loops up on top, put my hook down, go underneath that post, grab up a loop, pull it up nice and tall, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Now again, we're not finished. We're going to go into the space here with a double crochet. So each of your spaces, you have a grouping of 3. Here is our last space here. Again, double crochet. Looking to the row below, not up here, moving down, 3 stitches. Look for your very center stitch. Wrap our yarn around twice, 3 loops up on top, and then go down, slide your hook underneath that post. Again, grab up a loop, pull it up nice and tall, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. So there's our front post treble. Now again, we need 3 stitches here. Move to this to the side if you need to. Work back in that space. And again, double crochet. And now we're ready to go over here to the corner. Again, 3 double crochets, chain 2, and then 3 double crochets. Okay, and I'm getting a time check here, guys. I'm gonna have to hop off. I'm going to finish this last side and then I'm going to have to go to work. Okay. So, one last little side here. Last chance to give me a follow if you would like. If you are just coming on to the live and you want to know how to make the mosaic granny square, if you give a follow, go over to my profile in the link tree. There are links for how to do this pattern. This is called the mosaic granny square. Also, if you want, there's a link for my YouTube. You can go back and rewatch this YouTube live within 48 hours. It'll be published out. And if you are a new follower, welcome, welcome. My name is April. I am a hobby crocheter, and you've come on at the end of our live here. I have to get off so that I can go to work. I know, what a bummer, right? Wah, 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 wah. Who wants to go to work? I would rather sit here and crochet all day with you, friends. Trust me, I really rather would, but somebody's got to pay for all this yarn bad habit that I have, right? Blondie says, can you show what the back of it is supposed to look like? Absolutely, Blondie. Just one second here. I'm going to put a stitch marker. I'm going to be tying off here. I'm not done with this square. But you can kind of see how this is starting to look here. I have one more row of the white to add. Okay, so here is the full blue version. This is what the front looks like with lots of bars of texture. Then I did the inverse, which is the blue, working my way out to the white. Now ignore my little tails here because I don't weave in tails on the live, but you can kind of see how the back is supposed to look. Here it is. So you can kind of see as we do these posts, you have these little bars of color that pop through, but that is how it's supposed to look. So, guys, thank you all so much for all of the support today. I hope you have a fabulous day. And I hope to see you all tomorrow. I'm going to be working on a new chevron blanket tomorrow. It's going to be really pretty pink, not super Valentine's ish, but kind of Valentine's ish. So, thank you all so much. Bye for now. See you tomorrow.